wanted to share a little bit about my story with ADD, and hopefully some of you guys can learn some stuff from it. This is just my overall basic story. I'm not going to include too many details. I'll try to include as many as I can. There's a lot, so there's details, but basically I was born and raised in St. Louis. I grew up there, and then we moved around a lot. But when I was in St. Louis, I went to school there. I loved school there. It was so much fun. St. Louis is a really big city, so it has a lot of things, a lot of cool things to do. And yeah, I just had a lot of fun down there. But I went to school, and I got homeschooled on and off. So I was in homeschool, I wasn't. And when I stayed in school, they started monitoring my progress. When I started getting monitored, they started realizing certain things about my behaviors that were off from other kids. And long after, they said, well, you have ADD. And for a fifth grader, you're like, okay, like I look normal. It's not like, you don't correlate it with something that is super severe. So I grew up normally. Years passed, and then I went to high school, and throughout these years I've noticed little things. I noticed how it picked up, and I was like, man, this is weird. Like I'm doing a lot of weird things. Maybe it was my communication style was a little bit off, or I would be super tired, or I would overstimulate or overindulge in things that maybe other kids were okay taking 5 minutes on. I got so fixated on a lot of things, and it was like, okay. So once I did that, I started realizing, man, this is a serious issue. And in high school, it trickled into high school, into pageantry. I got into pageantry in 5th grade. I started in 5th grade. Thank you, beauty pageants, for giving me a lot of knowledge about who I am. And I was like, man, it was so hard some days to just complete a simple task, or to make sure things were put back to where they were, or where they were supposed to be. And and there was a lot of feelings of like, am I good enough? Am I who I say I am? Do I know who I am? And these feelings were valid. These feelings were completely valid. But throughout that, I felt like